All right, Shalom. I want to start off by giving all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rachak Wadash. Double honors to the apostles, the elders, and bishops at Great Millstone. It's your brother Rabbi Nap coming out with a lesson, Lord will. It's edifying. Okay. As a matter of fact, the water Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai for allowing me to come out another day, glorifying the name of the Lord. Okay, still being in this truth, still fighting a good fight of faith, not letting Esau take away that from us, because this is a gift, man. The Lord gave you a pass, you're supposed to catch it, you're supposed to bring it back for the team, man. You're supposed to make it across the finish line. All right, you ain't supposed to be weak, man. You're supposed to be increasing. All right, increasing, not decreasing. Where did I want to go? I actually want to go to Salakia, man. Yeah, so like I said, man, you want to be increasing in this thing. Let's start right there, actually. Let's go to 2 Corinthians chapter 4 in verse 16. It says, "For which cause we faint not, but though our outward man perish, yet the inward man is renewed day by day." So the outward man is perishing because it's the flesh. Okay, everything in this world is coming to an end. Eventually, this flesh is going to give out and die. But that inward man, that spirit of yours, that's supposed to be getting stronger. That's supposed to be getting mightier in the spirit. Okay? The Lord should be dealing with you more. You should know that the Lord is with you, man. Okay? It shouldn't be, you should know. Okay? It's the Lord, you should know that the Lord's just dealing with you. How I tend to know that the Lord's dealing with me is because he keeps me I keep thinking about him. I keep thinking about, how can I go serve the Lord today? That's like the first thought. I woke up this morning and said, how am I going to go serve the Lord? You know? And I still ain't figured out the best way to do it, man. But as of right now, it's putting these videos up. Glorifying the Lord, glorifying his name. Hopefully, it's comforting to those who hear, okay? And studying, seeking the Lord, learning new things. I don't know everything in the Bible, but I'm learning new things every single day. You see what's going on in the world, man. You got to keep seeing, you know, is this what the Lord's doing? You know, is this the Lord's will, or is it just a coincidence? You got to be thinking about these things. If you think it's just a coincidence, then you lack faith. Esau got you. Esau got you thinking that everything's coincidental. Everything's just a bunch of random interactions according to probability and statistics. Can all be proven with science. Listening to this damn devil. There is no God according to him. He is God, actually. The God of this world. Okay? So we hope not to faint. We hope not to give up on the Lord. The Lord is an endless resource of power that you could be tapped into. Okay? And he can renew you day by day. He can get you back up on your feet day by day. Every single day, your body got to deal with things, man. You got all this pollution. Everything you eat's polluted. The things that you think about, the people you talk to, they're polluted. They're trying to pollute you. They're trying to pour their thoughts into your mind to pollute you, to get you to do something other than serving the Lord. Or serving the Lord in a way that's more watered down, more acceptable to the heathen. Okay? But this doctrine that the Lord's men was pushing, it wasn't acceptable to the heathen. As a matter of fact, we learned that in the second book, in chapter 2 of Matthew. Herod was scared. He thought, what did Herod think? Let's start there, actually. Let's start there. It's the book of Matthew, chapter 2, verse 1. Now, when Yahushua was born in Bethlehem of Judea in the days of Herod the king, behold, there came wise men from the east to Jerusalem, saying, where is he that is born King of the Jews? For we have seen his star in the east and are come to worship him. When Herod the king had heard these things, he was troubled. Oh, uh-oh. You heard as a king of the Jews, he was troubled. What happened? I thought everyone should be happy. King Herod should be happy, right? But this says he's the king of the Jews, not the king of the whole world. And all Jerusalem with him. And when he had gathered all the chief priests and scribes of the people together, he demanded them where Hamashiach could be born. And they said unto him, in Bethlehem of Judea, for thus it is written by the prophet, and thou, Bethlehem, in the land of Judah, art not the least among the princes of Judah, for out of thee shall come a governor that shall rule my people Israel. Then Herod, when he had privily called the wise men, inquired of them diligently what time the star appeared. And he went and he sent them to Bethlehem and said, go and search diligently for the young child. And when ye have found him, bring me word again that I may come and worship him also. So you think Herod wanted to go worship the Lord? Now, how can I put it? If the heathen can make it, then what's the point of being a heathen? There should be no word heathen. That shouldn't even exist. Everyone should just be one people. You know, everyone should be what Esau said in the book of Maccabees, Antiochus Epiphanes, the fourth. Everyone should be like him. Everyone should be one. There's no need to have a heathen if the Lord only came for everybody. It literally said he's the king of the Jews. Herod got trouble because he's the king of the Jews in his mind. So here it is, a baby supposed to come in and supplant me. He was scared of a damn a baby. Herod, a grown man. Okay? Showing you he doesn't believe. This is why I mean the heathen don't believe, man. He don't believe. He don't really want to worship the Lord. You think this world want to worship a so-called black man? This world don't. That's why they're heathen. Yeah, they're going to have to bow down to a black man or the Lord's going to slay them all. But do you think these people believe in that? No. They believe in a so-called white man, Esau. That's who they pray to. Okay? They don't believe, man. They lack faith. What don't you understand? Now, we can go into the scriptures. We can go into Revelation. We can read it for ourselves and we can believe. It's so simple. It's easy. They don't. They go, they stumble, they fall backwards. And they broken into pieces. When they see feet with bronze and woolly hair, that don't make sense to them. Okay? None of those scriptures make sense to them. They gotta twist it in their minds just so they can remain a heathen. They're like an beast. They lack understanding. Okay? That's why they're heathen. Because they weren't imputed these things, this wisdom, this knowledge, this understanding. It's not meant for them. It's meant for them to go to these colleges, go and apply, pay $250 to go into Harvard University, learn a stupid-ass trade, go work for the global elites who are doing nothing but wickedness throughout all the country, and you signing up, giving them your resume so you can line up and be a damn heathen. Okay? They know nothing about the Lord. I'm in front of the Christian Science Plaza. Who do you think did that? A so-called white man. His science. He's stupid. He literally gives you petroleum-based medication, and they eat it. They take it. They think they're being healed. Stupid. They're dumb. They're beasts, man. Okay? So, if the Lord gave you some understanding, you need to use it, or you're going to lose it. And you're going to be just like them, not understanding the times that we're living in. When they see the fires, they think, oh, it's just LA. Who cares, man? This thing, they don't see they're not matching it up with the scriptures, because you got to have faith. You got to have belief. Okay? Yesterday we were at camp. Dude comes up, he sees Israel, and what does he say? He's thinking of the so-called white man. He ain't thinking about Israel. He ain't thinking about y'all. He can't put that connection together. That's too much. That's too much for him. He can't even understand that. Why do you think, 8 to 10 black men, so-called black people, just standing there around a sign that says Israel? What makes you think we're them? You think we got capability like those, like the Israelis, man? You think we got nuclear capability? You think we're the ones striking you from 300 yards away? That's not us, man. That's the so-called white man killing your people. That ain't us. But he don't get it. He don't understand. He's foolish. He believes in lies, so he's liable to make stupid mistakes like that. What if we all just stomped him out? What if we did that? See, we got to use wisdom. He wasn't imputed wisdom. That was foolishness on his behalf. Okay? And that also shows that we're Israel, because no one looks at Israel like anything, and they're not supposed to look at you like anything. I yell on the side. I'm on street corners yelling. People walk by like they don't know what the fuck's going on. They're stupid. I'm telling them they're gonna die, but they don't understand why. Hey, excuse me, you know, you're talking about America being destroyed. You're talking about us being put to death. Can you explain why you feel that way? That would be, that's a good question. I think an Israelite, someone will have faith to come over and ask a question like that. Well, according to Jeremiah, okay, 51:1, this destroying wind, you know, yeah, but it's too high for them. It's too much for them, man. It's not for them. It's for us. This comforts us because we know this destruction's coming. We see it every day within the news, and we know that we have a chance to be saved from it. And we trying to make our call in an election sure. What's the point of having an elect if everybody can be saved? There's no such thing. There's no reason for an elect. What's the point of being in the New Testament and still be under the thumb of a so-called white man paying taxes according to Baruch 3:8? What's the point of it? What's the point of having it in your inward parts if you're not saved from your enemies? There is no point. That's the answer. It was one of those questions that don't require any questioning. Let's go back to Herod. Matthew 2:9. When they had heard the king, they departed, and lo, the star which they saw in the east went before them till it came and stood over where the young child was. When they saw the star, they rejoiced with exceeding great joy. Let me look at this word star. It says a star. Let me go into the root word. It's not telling me anything. Matthew 2:11, and when they were come into the house, they saw the young child with Mary his mother, and fell down and worshipped him. And when they had opened their treasures, they presented unto him gifts, gold and frankincense and myrrh. And being warned of the heavenly Father in a dream that they should not return to Herod, they departed into their own country another way. So you think Herod wanted to really go worship him? No, he wanted to kill him. Just like they want to kill you when you're telling them about the things that are going on in this Bible. They hate the Lord. They hate you. The Lord said they were going to hate you because they hated him. And they hate him because they hate the Heavenly Father. Why? Because they weren't given this knowledge. They're natural brute beasts made to be taken and destroyed. Their ways lead to death. Their customs lead to death. They weren't given the doctrine of life. They weren't given the law, statutes, and commandments. They were not there on Mount Sinai. They did not pass through the Red Sea. You think Moab passed through the Red Sea with the Israelites? No, he didn't. Moab was being Moab, a damn heathen. And he's still being Moab today. I'm watching Moab right now across the street. Moab don't even know he's Moab anymore. Moab thinks he's somebody else. He thinks he's Esau, man, because his skin's a lot lighter now. People are confused. All right? But I just want to provoke thought out there for brothers who might be thinking that these heathen got anything. The Lord said they're nothing. They're nothing, man. I didn't write the book, man. I'm just saying what it says in the Bible. Okay? Isaiah 40. And I'll start at 13. Who have directed the Spirit of the Lord, or being his counselor have taught him? Who taught the Lord anything? The Most High, Yahweh? No one. With whom took he counsel? Yeah, who did the Lord take counsel from? Hey, what do you think I should do? Should I like these people over here that I created, or should I just do what I would initially want to do, create a nation of people that I really do like, and the rest, I don't even like them. I'm not going to like them. What do you think I should do? Was this some type of, did he talk with Satan or something and say, Satan was like, you know what, maybe you should love everybody. And then he was like, yeah, okay, you know what, you're right, I'm going off. That never happened. And who instructed him? Yeah, who instructed the Most High? He got all these ministering spirits. Did any one of them instruct him on what he should do and how he should feel about things that are going down here on the earth? Oh, hey, man, you should change Isaiah the 40th chapter. You shouldn't have him say that the heathen or nothing. You should say this instead. This sounds better. And taught him in the path of judgment. Who taught the Lord how to judge? Who talked him out of flooding this world because of wickedness? Who did that? Who was able to do that? He did it anyways. And taught him knowledge. Yeah, who made him, hey, take notes. This is what you do, okay? Yeah, they're going off. You just wait, let them destroy themselves in a way that, that's a pleasing to themselves. Nah, the Lord's like, nah, I'm going to send a flood. Okay, I'm going to destroy them. I'm going to save these 8 people over here because that's the only ones I like. I chose them. Okay, I didn't choose them. I have a chosen. And I have a non-chosen people over here that I'm going to destroy with a flood and all these different tribulations and all this fire that I'm going to start bringing over here. And showed to him the way of understanding. Who showed to the Most High the way of understanding? Who showed him everything that he knows? When you go to Daniel, the 7th chapter, it tells you he's the Ancient of Days. So that nobody was here before him or after him. Nobody even created him. How can you teach something that never had a beginning or has an end? How can you teach a power like that? And the next thing underneath him is his son, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ. And then it's the elect. So there's an order. Isaiah 40:15, behold, the nations are as a drop of a bucket. Okay, there. Let me get that in the NLT. Maybe it'll make more sense. Isaiah 40:15, not for all the nations of the world are but a drop of the bucket. Whatever. Let's go back in the KJV. I don't really like every verse in the NLT. Some of them hit, some of them don't. Isaiah 40:15, behold, the nations are as a drop of a bucket. Okay, let's look at this word nations. It's goy. Isn't that what the small hat calls you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans? He calls you goyim, meaning you're like a beast. And that word goy means usually of non-Hebrew people, heathen, non-Hebrew. It don't really, Esau's a heathen. He's Hebrew. Okay. Of descendants of Abraham, of Israel, of swarm of locusts, of other animals. Yeah. Goyim equals nations. It's a different nation outside of nation of Israel. Goyim. A nation of people. That's all it means. It says usually of non-Hebrew people. Usually. Okay. Isaiah 40:15, behold, the nations, the Goyim, are as a drop of a bucket, like a little bit of water. You got water filled in a bucket, a little bit of water fall out the bucket. That's what the nations are. That's what the Goyim is, according to the Lord. He's using Isaiah to tell you this. This is what is written. And are counted as the small dust of the balance. You know, ever put something on a scale, something powdery, and a little bit of a residue still on the scale? Do you scrape the scale to get it? Nah, it doesn't even measure up to anything. The scale still says 0.0. The scale don't recognize it. The Lord don't recognize it. But for some reason, 2/3 of you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans recognize it. You want to go back 0.0000000000000000000000000000001. Oh, I see something here. We need to save that. Save the scale. We need to save that. Behold, he taketh up the isles as a very little thing. Let me read that in the NLT. Actually, you know what? Let's read that in the NIV. Isaiah 40 and 15 in the NIV. Surely the nations are like a drop in a bucket. They are regarded as dust on the scales. He weighs the islands as though they were fine dust. He weighs the islands as though they were fine dust. Let's put the word. That's what isles mean. It means islands. You know what? Let's go into commentary. Maybe Esau explains it better than I can. It's always good to go read commentary. Read everything you could. Be fully persuaded in your own mind that the Lord exists. These heathen don't understand. They don't believe. Isaiah 40. I'm going to grab this in the commentary. Let me get the commentary. It says, Ellicott's commentary for English readers. The nations are a drop. It says, nations and isles bring us into the region of human history as distinct from that of the material world. Isles, as elsewhere, stands vaguely for far-off islands, far-off lands or sea coasts. The word is that of one who looks on the Mediterranean and thinks of the unexplored regions that lie in it and around. It is one of Isaiah's favorite words in the aspect of its meaning. You know what? Sometimes it's better to just go to, it's better to just put it in Google, because sometimes I don't really fuck with the Bible up like that. I like AI overview. AI overview be getting me to the point. Isaiah 40:15, a reminder that the Most High is sovereign and in control of the nations, and that people should not fear. That's off. That's Esau trying to cover it up. But let's see what the commentary says for a drop of a bucket. It says, better on a bucket. Such a drop adds nothing to the weight which the bearer feels. As little do the nations and the isles to the burden which Yahweh bears. The small dust in the balance presents another illustration of the same idea. It's nothing, man. Let's see what this guy says. Pulpit commentary. It says, he taketh up the isles as a very little thing. Literally, he taketh up islands, or perhaps lands generally, as he weighs mountains and hills in his balance. So he can take up in his own hands lands or countries with all their inhabitants, and do with them as seemeth him good. They are no burden to him. That sounds good. Sounds better than what it says. But just like it says, man, just like a drop of a bucket. Isaiah 40:15. Oh, and then when it continues, let me read it again. Behold, the nations are as a drop of a bucket, and are counted as the small dust of the balance. Behold, he taketh up the isles as a very little thing. And Lebanon is not sufficient to burn. Now, Lebanon was known for its trees. Okay? Not like now. Now the Goyim are occupying that land. That's their land. That's not our land anymore, man. We're from there, but that land needs to be renewed, refreshed. We need to be renewed, refreshed. Okay? Jacob had descendants. Why don't you understand that? I don't get that. You don't understand that Jacob had a family? I try to make it as plain as pond tables as we can possibly get it. Jacob had a family. Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. They're all descendants of each other, and we descend back to them. There was a promise made to Abraham. You can read it in Genesis, the 12th chapter. Let me grab it. You know, just so we know what's going on here. Genesis 12:1. Now the Lord had said unto Abram, now Abram was Abraham, get thee out of thy country, get thee out of thy country and from thy kindred and from thy father's house unto a land that I will show thee. And I will make of thee a great nation, and I will bless thee. Thee means you. And make thy name, thy means you, your name, great, and thou, you, shall be a blessing. Yeah, you, Abraham, shall be a blessing. And I will bless them, who? That bless thee, and curse him that curseth thee. And in thee, you, shall all families of the earth be blessed. So these laws, statutes, and commandments being put in your inward parts is so you can teach these heathen that know not the Lord. That's the Israelites. That's what they're created to do. Not right now, because we're like Abraham. We kind of were chosen, but we're like in this Gentile state. We're just trying to cleave to the house of Israel right now. Cleave to what we believe in right now. We're trying to hold on to the fact of what we learned. And we're trying to hold on to that little bit of faith until the end of this place. Because that's the only thing, that penny is the only thing that we're working for to get delivered out of this tribulation that the Lord's bringing. We don't want to be like the rest of these heathen, man. All of them are given over to their wicked lusts. That's why homosexuality is rampant in Babylon. We don't want to be given over to these lusts like these people. We cleaving unto the Lord. Okay? Because these heathen, they're going to die of all different types of diseases. These heathen are going to die from fire. These heathen are going to die from the sword, wild beasts, and whatever calamities the Lord got for them. We don't want to be given to that mindset. We don't want to say they can be saved. No. Why would I want to do that? Then that would make me feel like I should be with them a little bit more. If they can be saved, then maybe I should chill with them. I want to be saved too. No. Those heathen are going to die. You don't want to be with them. You don't want to walk with them. You should have no allegiance with them. Okay? Read Psalms, the 83rd chapter. If you want to know who the enemies are of the Israelites, which are you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, it's the book of Amos, chapter 3:3. Can two walk together except they be agreed? Yeah, you got to agree with the heathen who agree with death. I don't agree with death. I don't agree with Esau. I don't agree with what they believe in. But I do believe they lack faith, and I don't need to be around them because they're going to take my faith away from me being around them. Let's go back to Isaiah. I know I stretched it long, but hey. I was trying to make the point as clear as I possibly can about these damn heathen. Isaiah 40:16, and Lebanon is not sufficient to burn. Yeah, the whole land of Lebanon is not sufficient to burn. You burn something when you need to make a sacrifice. You need fire, you need wood. Okay? Nor the beast thereof sufficient for a burnt offering. So all the beasts, all the wood is not sufficient enough to make a sacrifice to our Lord. Why? Because they're heathen. They're like a drop of a bucket. Remember what he said in the 15th verse? So all of these heathen taking all of the wood in Lebanon and all of the beasts in Lebanon and making a sacrifice, the Lord is not pleased with that. But you want to save them? The Lord don't want to. He said they're like the dust on scales. Isaiah 40:17, all nations before him are as nothing. Let's look at this word nations again. Maybe it's a different, maybe I'm missing something. I want to make sure I got it. Maybe I'm wrong. That's why I'm looking into this. It says the same word. It says goy. Nation, people, usually of non-Hebrew. It says the same thing. Of descendants of Abraham of Israel. It says goyim. Heathen, 143x. Gentiles, 30x. People, 11x. Nation, 374x. Okay? The goyim. It says in the Strong's definition, apparently from same root as H1465, in the sense of massing, a foreign nation. Hence, a Gentile. Also figuratively, a troop of animals. Or a flight of locusts, bugs. Gentile, heathen, nation, people. Outside of being an Israelite. But some of us are likened unto these Gentiles because why? We weren't born in Israel. We weren't raised as Israelites. That's why we are considered Gentiles, according to the Israelites back then. They didn't accept them as Israelites. They accepted them as outside of the nation of Israel. A heathen, goyim. Because you were outside, but going back to Moses' son, Gershom, he would have been considered a Gentile. He would have been talked to the same way those so-called Greeks were called. Okay? Same thing. Read Acts, the 22nd chapter, and Paul shows you how he used his Gentile credentials to try to escape being put to death by other Jews. Okay, he had to pull his Negro card, his black card. Okay, but showing you that he had understanding. The same thing that we trying to get you all to understand. Acts 22 and 28, I believe it is. Okay, but let me finish what I'm talking about. Isaiah 40 and 17, all nations, all goyim, before him are as nothing. So all these nations, all these goyim, all these people, all these heathen, all these nations, all these people, nothing. Let's look at this word nothing. Maybe nothing doesn't mean nothing. Maybe it means something. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe nothing means something. You got to look up all these words. So, ceasing, end, finality. It says, when you look up nothing, it says from sometimes cessation. What's that mean? Cessation. The fact or process of ending or being brought to an end. Okay. An end, especially of the earth. Okay, the earth's never going to end. It's going to abide forever. Often used adverb, no further. Also the ankle in the dual as being the extremity of the leg or foot, ankle, but only end. Howbeit, less than nothing. Let's see what this word howbeit means. I don't know. Nevertheless, however, maybe less than nothing maybe means more than something. Nevertheless, were no, none, beside, not, any withstanding, thing of not. That's what it means, man. Thing of not. Okay? They're nothing. They're a thing of not. Okay? Isaiah 40 and 17. To him, less than nothing. Damn. So they're a thing of not. And he's saying they're less than not. They're less than nothing, man. And vanity. Let's look at this word vanity. He said they're less than nothing and they're vanity. Formlessness, confusion, reality, emptiness. Nothingness, empty space. that which is empty or unreal of idols, wasteland, wilderness, place of chaos, vanity. Let me look up that word vanity, see if something comes up. Maybe it means something special. Excessive pride in or admiration of one's own appearance or achievements. Conceit, futility. Nothing, brothers. Nothing. Okay? He said like idols. That's it, man. You get nothing. So until the Lord reveals that Isaiah 40 was talking about something else, man, I'm going to believe what the Lord said. Maybe he'll have that Mandela effect where you thought it meant something, but then he changes it and now it means something else. Maybe that'll happen. I don't know. But until then, the heathen are nothing, man. And it's okay. It's all right. It's all right, man. As long as they believe that there's something, that's all that matters. Your belief, your faith. They have faith that there's something in this world, and hey, that's on them. Let them believe what they want to believe. 2 Corinthians chapter 4 and 3. But if our gospel be hid, it is hid to them that are lost, in whom the God of this world hath blinded the minds of them which believe not, lest he light of the glorious gospel of Mashiach, who is the image of the Heavenly Father, should shine unto them. So they believe in the God of this world. Okay? And the God of this world got temples all over the world. Okay, and that's who they believe in. So, he don't match up to the scriptures. He don't match up to the revelation that John the Revelator heard. Revelation 1 and 14. His head and his hairs were white like wool. Okay, Jesus don't got woolly white hair. As white as snow, and his eyes were as a flame of fire. You look at Jesus' eyes, there's blue as water, the opposite of fire. Okay. And his feet like unto fine brass. And Jesus ain't got feet like unto fine brass. As if they burned in a furnace. Okay, they're not dark. He's not dark. He's the lightest thing you ever see. And his eyes, Slakia, and his voice as the sound of many waters. Yeah, not like, hey, baby. Hi, kids. Everyone come and gather around me. Oh, no. Like the sound of many waters, man. Very, very strong. Strong voice. Scriptures say that the Lord was an austere man. Hard, cold, austere. You got to be austere if you ain't got nowhere to rest your head. You got to be austere. Luke 19 and 21, for I feared thee because thou art an austere man. Thou takest up that thou layest not down, and reapest that thou didst not sow. And he saith unto him, out of thine own mouth will I judge thee, thou wicked servant. Thou knowest that I was an austere man, taking up that I laid not down, and reaping that I did not sow. Yeah, you knew he was an austere man. Maybe you don't, because you don't believe in what the scriptures have said. Okay. John 7. In verse 38, he that believeth on me, as the scriptures have said, out of his belly shall flow rivers of living water. Yeah, so out of his belly, you got to believe on him as the scriptures have said. These people don't believe on the Lord as the scriptures have said. So out of their belly is not flowing rivers of living water. Out of their belly is flowing nothing but rivers of abominable broth. Okay? Because they're wicked. They're heathen. Okay? So don't follow them. So you need that water, man. You need that water. As a matter of fact, 2 Kings 17 and 24. And the king of Assyria brought men from Babylon and from Qatar and from Ava and from Hamath and from Sepharvaim, and placed them in the cities of Samaria instead of the children of Israel, and they possessed Samaria and dwelt in the cities thereof. So this is when the northern kingdom was taken over by the Assyrians. They were replaced with heathen. Okay. And so it was at the beginning of their dwelling there that they feared not the Lord. Yeah, at the beginning of their dwelling there, they feared not the Lord. They don't fear the Lord. Okay. Therefore the Lord sent lions among them, which slew some of them. So these lions that the Lord sent, he slew some of them with. Okay. Because they weren't dealing in the land properly. They weren't doing what they were supposed to be doing. Okay. It's the book of John, chapter 4. And 19, the woman saith unto him, Sir, I perceive that thou art a prophet. Now this is talking about the woman at the well with Yahushua. Our fathers worshipped in this mountain, and ye say that in Jerusalem is the place where men ought to worship. Yeah, our fathers, your fathers are heathens. Okay? Yahushua saith unto her, Woman, believe me, the hour cometh when ye shall neither in this mountain nor yet at Jerusalem worship the Father. There's a time coming, man. Because why? She's a heathen. Okay? Ye worship, ye know not what. Yeah, you don't know what you're worshiping. We know what we worship, for salvation is of the Jews. So salvation is of the Jews. But what is salvation? What do you need to be saved from? I think a lot of people misinterpret what salvation is. If you ever forget, just go to Luke, the 1st chapter. And go to Zachariah's prophecy. Luke 1:67, and his father Zacharias was filled with the Holy Spirit and prophesied, saying, Zacharias is John the Baptist's father. Blessed be the Lord God of Israel, Luke 1:68, for he hath visited and redeemed his people. His is possessive, okay? Redeemed them, his people. And have raised up a horn of salvation for us in the house of his servant David, as he spake by the mouth of his holy prophets, which have been since the world began, that we should be saved from our enemies and from the hand of all that hate us. That's what salvation is. When you're saved from your enemies, of all that hate you. Okay? So you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, there's a group of people that hate you. There's a group of people that slaughtered you, that killed you. They still hate you, still to this day. That's why they got Rex 84. Google that. That's laws that Esau got ready to implement at his will. Okay? It is what it is, man. You still got enemies. You want to be saved from your enemies. Israel got a lot of enemies. And when you go to Psalms, the 83rd chapter, it tells you all about these enemies. Let's read it. Keep not thou silence, O power, O Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushua. Hold not thy peace, and be not still, O Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushua. For lo, thy enemies make a tumult, and they that hate thee have lifted up the head. Who hates the Lord? The heathen. Our enemies hate the Lord. They hate you, because you are ordained to rule over them, just like Herod hated the Lord. He hates the Lord because he hates the Most High, and he hates the Most High by hating his children. Psalms 83 and 3. They have taken crafty counsel against thy people and consulted against thy hidden ones. Yeah, they taken crafty counsel against the children of Israel. Okay? Hey, let's sit at the table. How can we continue to oppress them? How can we get them to kill each other? How can we get rid of them? How can we poison them? How can we kill them? How can we destroy the nation of Israel? Psalms 83 and 4, they have said, come and let us cut them off from being a nation. Yet you've been cut off from being a nation. Okay? Because you're one people, but he made a bunch of different subgroups of you. Okay? You're not being known as the children of Israel. Where's the lost 10 tribes at? Amalek goes to Ethiopia and replaced them more, just like the Assyrians did. That's why we say he's the Assyrian in the scriptures too. Bringing all of them into the land of Israel today. You're an Israelite, you're an Israelite, you're an Israelite. You? No, not you. You ain't an Israelite. Psalm 83 and 4, they have said, come and let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance. Yeah, now we say we're Israeli. Saying you an Israelite, man, let's cut them off, man. Let's cut them off from even thinking that they connected to Abraham in any type of way. Let's cut them off. Don't teach them the truth. Tell them that they're Hamites. Psalms 83 and 5, for they have consulted together with one consent. They are confederate against thee. So all of these nations, all of the elites of these nations are confederate. They're friends. They're sitting down together to work and oppress the children of Israel. Okay? Now, this might fall on deaf ears because this ain't for them to know. This is information that exceeds the understanding of this world. This world doesn't know the Lord. They don't know the Bible. They don't know nothing. They believe in carnal things. Their mind's in this world. They don't understand spiritual things, man. Psalms 83 and 6, the tabernacles of Edom. Edom is the so-called white man. Esau Edom. Okay? They're the Edomites. Not everybody that's white is the Edomite, okay? But there's a group of people or a nation of people who's in rulership today. And they descend, their ancient forefather is Esau Edom, which is Jacob's brother. And the Ishmaelites are the Arabs. Okay? Edom know he goes back to Esau. The Arabs know they go back to Ishmael. Moab is the so-called Chinese man. And the Hagareans, I believe the Hagareans are also Arabs. Descendants of Hagar. Let me look at that, because Hagar was... Hagareans or Hagarites are people dwelling in the east of Palestine, whom the tribes of Reuben made war in the time of Saul, of one of David's servants, Hagari, wanderer, father of Mabner, and one of David's mighty warriors, Hagarite. A Hagarite or member of a certain Arabian clan, Hagarine. Okay, so these heathens are working together, okay? Psalms 83 and 7, Gabal and Ammon and Amalek, which is a small hat. Okay, he's an Edomite, but he's the son of Eliphaz, which is Esau's firstborn son. So that's Esau's grandson. Amalek. The Philistines with the inhabitants of Tyre. Now the Philistines are these Hamites, ancient Hamites. Today they're the Arabs because there's a veil and people are in their wrong. They're not in their right order. They don't have the right understanding. We need the Lord so we can put everything in its proper place. Not just the Gentiles, but a bunch of different things, man. There's a lot of things that are just out of place down here. Esau imports shit from all over the world, puts it where it don't need to be. That's why these fires are burning the way they are. Psalm 83 and 8, Asher also is joined with them. They have hope in the children of Lot, Salah. So that's who's working up against you, Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. And that's why the Lord is doing all the things that he's doing down here on the earth. That's why he's destroying this place. That's why you see fires on the West Coast. That's why you see people being more degenerate day by day. This place is being destroyed from the inward out. It's rotten. Job says, who can make a clean out of an unclean? Let me grab that. You can't defile the land and try to build something clean out of it. Okay? You can't build on rape, rob, and murder and try to make something where you can't do that. No more rape, rob, and murder. But that's what this place was built on. Okay? So that's what this place is going to always be. Job 14:4. It's always going to be like that. Until when? Until Numbers. Let me grab that first. 35 and 33. It says, so ye shall not pollute the land wherein ye are, for blood it defileth the land. And the land cannot be cleansed of the blood that is shed therein, but by the blood of him that shed it. So this land's defiled with blood. And somebody shed that blood. And that blood that was shed was the Lord's children. Okay? The sons of Jacob, Yasharallah. That blood who shed the blood of the Israelites, that blood needs to be shed in order to cleanse this land. Hopefully I said that right. And now let me go to Job 14:4. Job 14 and verse 4. Who can bring a clean thing out of an unclean? Not one. So nobody can do that. It's impossible. Job's saying. No one can bring a clean out of an unclean. Okay. So, what do we do? What can we say? Romans 9 and and hold on. Where am I going to go? Romans 9 and... Romans 9 and 14. What shall we say then? Is there unrighteousness with God? God forbid. That means no. There's no unrighteousness with God. So what's righteousness? Righteousness means that whatever you do according to the law is righteous in the eyes of the Lord. So his law and the things that you did, him putting you to death for the blood that you shed, it's a righteous thing. Meaning you did it to yourself. You should have known that there's a power. Because you lack that faith, it was easy for you to transgress these laws. It was easy for you to blaspheme the Lord's word, to cover up the images, to go out through the world and put iconoclasm over the Russian icons. It was easy for you to do that, so you can deceive these people. But the Lord said you're not going to be able to deceive everybody, because one thing for sure, especially you so-called Negroes, we've been warned with this damn crackerjack forever, since the ancient times, still to this day. And now our biggest weapon is this sword, and we still cussing his ass out. That's our heritage, okay? Cussing out wickedness. He's a damn devil. He shouldn't be ruling any company. He should be at the bottom, cleaning the bathrooms, mopping the floors. He shouldn't be in any type of authority. Not even a damn. You shouldn't be voting for this damn devil, man. Long story short. All right? He got all these buildings, all this shit gonna be destroyed. His whole kingdom destroyed. If you trust in him, he gonna destroy you too. Let me jump down. Romans 9:12. It was said unto her, the elder shall serve the younger. Who's the elder? Who's the younger? Esau, you're the oldest. Jacob is the youngest. We're the youngest nation down here, man, in the flesh, but we're really spiritually we're the first. Lord created the elect from the foundations of the earth before there was any of this shit. I don't want to say shit, but he turned it into shit. This was, you read Genesis, the first chapter, they said it was good. Everything was good. The Elohim created everything was good. What does Esau do? He flipped it upside down. He turned everything upside down. Romans 9:13, as it is written, Jacob have I loved. So the Lord's saying, Jacob have I loved. And he's quoting Malachi. But Esau have I hated. So the Lord hates somebody named Esau. Why are you Esau? The Lord said he hates you. Oh, but Isaac said he loves me because of the venison. No, Esau. No more venison. You have been supplanted officially forever. Because it never belonged to you, Esau. None of this belongs to you. This world don't belong to you. It was given to you. It doesn't belong to you. If I give you something, you're only using it. I gave it to you. It's mine. I let you hold it to see if you could do something better. What did you do with it? You turned it and you corrupted it. Something that was good. So that's going to be taken away from you. Book of Matthew, chapter 24, and verse 36. But of that day and hour knoweth no man, no, not the angels of heaven, but my Father only. Oh, hold on. So the Most High, he's the only one that has the information of when you're going to be destroyed, Esau? Wow. But you tell everybody they're all three in one, the Father, the Son, the Holy Spirit. If they're all three in one, why does the Father know something that the Son doesn't? Matthew 24:37, but as the days of Noah were, so shall also the coming of the Son of Man be. For as in the days that were before the flood, they were eating and drinking, marrying and giving in marriage, until the day that Noah entered into the ark, and no, not until the flood came and took them all away, so shall also the coming of the Son of Man be. Yeah, so the same thing, man. You're going to be playing around, fooling around, drinking, marrying. Don't see the destruction coming. But the elect, they're going to be building that ark. This time is spiritual. First time it was physical. He was out there. He was building an ark. This time we're building the ark. But it's spiritual. And when the elect is sealed, the ark is sealed. And when the fire comes, that's the flood. But this time it's fire. It's the lake of fire. And y'all going to be all up in that. All these big ass buildings, all this shit gonna be destroyed. From who? From Russia, China, North Korea, India. Who else got? Pakistan. Who else got nuclear capability? Saudi Arabia, I'm guessing. I don't know. Whoever it is, man. They're going to shoot nukes over here in Babylon. Matthew 24:40, then shall two be in the field, the one shall be taken and the other left. Two women shall be grinding at the mill, the one shall be taken and the other left. Watch therefore, for ye know not what hour your Lord doeth cometh. So we don't know. Well, y'all don't know. We're watching. That's why we pay attention. That's why we look for these signs that the Lord's been given. That's why he's putting this place on fire. That's why LA is burning. And guess what? Boston's gonna burn too. All these house owners, these ain't your houses, Esau. You killed the people. They were here before. You stole their houses, and you think that fire's coming in your red ass. It is. The Lord is in those fires. And that's why he went to those celebrities' houses, because the celebrities sold their souls to Satan. And that's what happens. You don't trust this devil. Didn't you know the Native Americans, they shouldn't trust that devil either? Making treaties with them. You don't trust the damn devil, man. Actually, let me grab one more and I'm out of here. Ezekiel chapter 20 and verse Ezekiel chapter 20 in verse Ezekiel 20 and 45. Moreover, the word of the Lord came unto me, saying, Son of man, set thy face toward the south, and drop thy word toward the south, and prophesy against the forests of the south field, and say to the forests of the south, Hear the word of the Lord. Thus saith the Lord Yahweh, Behold, I will kindle a fire in thee, and it shall devour every green tree in thee, and every dry tree. The flaming flame shall not be quenched, and all the faces from the south to the north shall be burned therein. And all flesh shall see that I, the Lord, have kindled it, it shall not be quenched. Then said I, Ah, Lord Yahweh, they say of me, doth he not speak parables? Yeah, doth he not speak parables? But, so the Lord is going to be burning up these forests. He's going to be burning up more than what he's already been burning up. But I'm going to end it right there. Lord willing, I was edifying. I'm going to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rachak Wadash. Shalom, Baba Ball, Kwam Yasharala.